Hubert and Kara, who, of course, there was a time difference. When I was on earlier, I was talking to you guys or talking to the people listening about you being out in the Lower Mainland. So welcome.
Hey, Dave. How are you?
So good. So good.
Sorry we're late.
Yeah, well, or you're early, like Tori actually, who I'm going to be honest, she's listening, but she's muted. Hubert, would you be shocked to know that she's thrown you under the bus a time or maybe two?
No, I'm not at all.
Not surprised.
Not surprising.
Now she came to bat for you. She said, Dave, Hubert's not late. He just is on BC time, which completely makes sense. So you're not late. You're on time.
A little slower here.
I'm from BC, so you're on my time. So we're taking this opportunity to let people know about these stallions that are here in this program. So you've got a couple stallions that you've brought to us. Who would you like to start with?
Well, we can start with Shining in Town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Chubbs.
Yeah, he's a special horse. I think we're very, very lucky to have him in Canada and have a horse of that caliber here in Canada that is so good-minded and so easy to deal with. He's just a really, really special individual, and we're lucky that he has such great owners that are willing to support him all the way and do whatever needs to get done for him to be successful as a sire.
Yeah. So how long have you been working with Chubbs?
This would be the third breeding season that we will have him.
And I'm guessing you guys are really seeing that there's momentum happening there. Is that fair to say?
Yes, for sure. The first year that we had him, we got him in the beginning of the year. We got him in January, so we kind of missed the early booking stages on him that first year, and it was kind of just letting the world know that he was here and that he was available to the public. And last year he did very, very well in the breeding barn. He bred over 100 mares, and I think that for a horse standing in Canada is pretty special. Mm-hmm. And then after what Jen did at the Futurity this year and won the non-pro affiliate championship, and she won the intermediate non-pro saddle. And the horse just proved that even at 10 years old, and being shown his whole Derby career, he comes back out and he was just as honest as can be, and he just did what he gave his whole heart for Jen in the show, and it was pretty cool to watch.
There's no question that the numbers don't lie, and I don't know how many people were watching at the Futurity there to see her out there competing and doing her thing. But I know I told you guys when I saw her ride him at the Classic this year, that was the Fall Classic, I believe.
Yes.
And you were telling me like she just showed up, got on him, and she just went around and there was just something so special about that run. I was filming and I was like mesmerized.
Well, yeah, I mean the horse, he came out of breeding season here, and at the end of breeding season, they wanted to take him home, to have him home over the summer and ride him, and they love the horse for sure. So I think it's hard for them too sometimes that the horse doesn't live where they at, but Jen showed up here. She came from a rodeo somewhere, and I was like, well, you want to ride him? So she jumped on him, and I mean, she rode him for like 30 minutes. And after 30 minutes, I was like, Jen, all you really need is another horse show to go to.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, lucky, like we have the qualifier for the affiliates in Red Deer next week. It's close to where you live. So why don't you just go take him there and go qualify him? And she, her parents helped her getting because at the same weekend she had a couple rodeos to go to, and I mean it all came together, and she was able to qualify him. So that was pretty cool. And I actually had to, tell her, like, you only need to qualify, but that horse was ready to go, and I mean he does whatever for her. It's pretty cool to watch that relationship between those two.
Yeah. And hey, just for one quick bonus, I'm looking at this beautiful shot here, and I'm seeing it's watermarked with Sally Reese Photography. And so she's a Lower Mainland former teacher, and so that's how we came to know Sally back when we would travel out to the West Coast reining shows. But she's here in Alberta now, and so you've already got a gorgeous photo here, but I'm going to give a shout out to Sally, because if you're looking for these types of photos for your horses, she's the one to talk to, and I think you'll find her at social media. You're going to find find her at our events. So just a quick shout out there. But yeah, so we're gonna take a look at some of these other photos here. Like,
yeah, we definitely miss having Sally in the Lower Mainland.
so talented, so talented.
Yeah.
And now this is not a Sally photo. This is, but this is Jennifer, right?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like that's, that is awesome.
He's such a cool, dynamic horse, and he's conformation. His conformation is so good. And I think what we're missing right now, or where the reining horse is going to, a lot of the stallions are a lot more finer boned, and I think this horse, he's so strong and powerful and strong to his bones and sound and just his mind, like I have geldings that are more studied than this horse is. Like in the barn, you just forget that he's there. I have to haul him to go get him collected every other day at the breeding station, and the horse is just an absolute dream to work with. I've never been around a horse that is as respectful in every way. I mean, he's just a perfect gentleman. It's a pretty cool horse to be around.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that we had Matt Mills sneak into the chat here. Do you guys see him down there at the bottom? Is he showing up on the screen for everyone? I know the people at home are watching the webinar and they're probably very excited. Matt, can you hear us, sir? Or we got you muted out.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
I see,
there he is.
It's got me listed under this must be my son's account here. It's listed as Ryan.
I saw Ryan. I'm like, hey, alias. Yeah, come on in. Well, Matt, I'm David Bernard, and I know that we haven't met before, but I feel like I've met you because I've watched you, and so we're just going through and having some conversation. So anytime if you guys want, have a comment or you want to chime in, we'll work through talking to different owners. So right now we have Karen Hubert here talking about Chubbs shining in town, and the owner there, Jennifer, putting on a show. So now, as far as so Hubert, talk to me about, there's another Sally photo. Awesome. As far as like those 100 breedings, like obviously you're making it easy for the mare owners there to make this happen. What does your process look like when someone's successful with winning your bid here today?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Oh, just what is the breeding process going to look like for the winning bidder for you guys here with Chubbs?
The breeding process?
Yeah.
As far as ordering semen, and is that what you're
yeah, I mean,
about?
obviously there's going to be unique circumstances, but I just feel like, for people who when they want to have confidence to say like, okay, I see this opportunity, I've seen this horse, I love it, but just let them know how it is working with you guys. Yeah.
Well, this year is going to be a little bit more challenging, just because of the fact that Jennifer is going to try to qualify him for the Run for a Million. So he'll be in Arizona for sure up until the end of March, until after Cactus.
Yeah.
But we have a place in Arizona where he can be collected. And then after Cactus, depending on the result, he's either going to come back to Canada or stay in Arizona. But so we're working out the details right now on how to get semen as efficient as possible to the veterinarians or to the mare owners. So basically, I mean, the process when you're ready to get to breed your mare, you bring him to the vet, and when your vet is ready to breed, you order semen from us if you want cooled or fresh semen, or frozen semen is sometimes a little bit easier because we can send it ahead of time and people have it readily available when their mare is ready to breed.
Yeah.
And we do have frozen semen stored at Alberta Vet Center, as well as Glen Valley Repro here in BC. And Toyon Ranch in the US also has frozen semen, so it's very accessible.
And people out there watching right now, they can see, like, I feel like this is maybe right now our most active bid. We've got 17 bids here so far. So we'll come back and talk about Chubbs later on. And do you mind if we give you a break?
The other thing, one more thing that I'd like to add,
please.
Chubbs semen quality is extremely good, and his numbers are very, very well. And, I think that's also something that, for mare owners can give him a lot of confidence to breed to Chubbs, because his pregnancy numbers are very good, and his semen is just excellent. And that's for, when you're breeding is important information, I think.
Yeah, for sure.